what? And a big warm welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is another midwifery video, and to be honest, this is a video that I have been asked to do for a long time, but I've only just got round to it. So this video is all about your midwifery interview. This is 5 questions that you could be asked at your midwifery interview and how I would recommend you go about answering them. Now, I do want to do a little disclaimer at the start of this. These questions weren't ones that I took from my university interview. They aren't ones that I've taken from anybody else's experience. I came up with these on my own. Obviously, they may be used elsewhere, but I am not giving away any questions or answers to any university interview. Obviously, that would not be ethical. I just wanted to put that out there, that these could come up at your interview. They could not. I have not got them from anywhere else apart from up here. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's get on to the video. So I have my notes because I don't want to forget anything. So I have 5 questions that I thought sound pretty reasonable for you to be asked at interview, and I've just written down some things as to how I would recommend you guys go about answering them. So first one is, have you done any reading around midwifery? If so, what have you read and what do you think of it? So in a roundabout way, you're probably going to get asked about extra reading around midwifery. My biggest advice to you is make sure that you've done it. Now, I just read Birth Like a Feminist before my interview. That was all I needed, but you need to make sure that you have read something. Otherwise, if a question like this comes up, you don't really want to be the person that says that you haven't done any reading. So Birth Like a Feminist, I would 100% definitely recommend. I'm aware that there has been some controversy about that book at the minute in terms of the pronouns and things that it is using. I'm not putting my personal opinion onto that. I'm just saying that the other topics and things that it does talk about in the book, I think are very helpful as a entry level before your interview. Just have a read over and you can form some strong opinions about the things that are spoken about in the book. Some other things are Birth Without Fear, which is by Grant Dickley Reid. This is kind of an older book, but it talks about the fear, tension, pain cycle, which I find super interesting. And then another one, I think by Holly De La Cruz or De Cruz, is Your Baby, Your Body, Your Birth, something like that. That is also a really good book to have a read over as well. So make sure that you have had a read over, and I would try and read from cover to cover of at least one book. Make sure that you've definitely taken it in and not skimmed over it. And then when you get asked this question, or if you get asked this question, honestly, just pick 1 or 2 key points about the book and just start to talk about it. Trust me, it will all come back to you. I spoke about Birth Like a Feminist at my interview. I remember talking about it for what seemed like forever, but it does just come out. If you've read the book, you will automatically form opinions and remember key points that really stood out to you. So number 2 is, what transferable skills do you have that would help you as a student midwife? So this is something you probably wrote about in your personal statement. So another key thing, just aside from all of this, make sure that you know what is in your personal statement. A couple of the questions will be related to your personal statement. So make sure that you have a copy of your personal statement, you know what you've written down, you are truthful in your personal statement, so that if any question comes up, you can answer the question from your personal statement. Yeah, transferable skills is probably something that you thought about in your personal statement. Now, if you are writing your personal statement and you haven't already, I do have a video. Now, it is very old, so please do forgive me. It is a year old, but the difference between that and this is crazy. So that was my first ever YouTube video, and it is top 10 tips for writing a personal statement. I am thinking of actually making that video, so let me guys know what you think, with some updated info and just a better quality video, quite frankly. But anyway, that video is there and it's got some great information if you were writing your personal statement and wanted to check that out. But transferable skills are something that comes up in a lot of interviews, not even just for university, just everyday job interviews. You'll be asked about what transferable skills you have. Now, I've written down 3 examples here of some common transferable skills that a lot of people have and just don't think about it, that relate really closely to midwifery. So the first one is time management. Now, if you are still at school, you know, you are managing so much between all of your different subjects. If you have any extracurricular activities, just managing everything around your school life is really hard. Or say if you work at something like a restaurant, or if you work in healthcare already, brilliant. These are all things where you do need to use time management. Now, the link back to midwifery is very much being a student midwife. and as a midwife in the future, but you want to be focusing on being a student. Now, this would make it easier for you to manage your workload, to make sure that you're breaking down your work, that you're getting all your work done on time. So these are things that you really want to home in on for time management skills. The next one is work under pressure. Now, if I'm honest, we have all worked under pressure at some point in our lives. So try and pull from that experience. It may have been a group presentation that you had to do. It may be that you were on work and you were really short staffed, so you had so many extra responsibilities. You would have all worked under pressure at least one point in your life. Now, working under pressure is so important in any job role, specifically that of the healthcare. Now, I linked this back again to specifically being a student. Now, being able to work under pressure, that can help link back to helping you cope with the stress of theory and placement and everything that just comes with being a student midwife. And last is communication. We all have some level of communication skill. You may have developed your communication skill by a job that you do, school, anything. Try and find something that has helped you develop your communication skills. Linking it to midwifery, you really want to be talking about how your effective communication, note the word effective communication, is going to help you provide safe and effective care. And it will also help you empower and advocate for the women that you are looking after. So those are the three little transferable skills that are really, really apparent in midwifery, or there are so many, but these are just three that I homed in on. But really have a look, really dig deep, have a think about yourself and pull on any experience, job role, anything that you can think of, and see what transferable skills you can take from that. Number 3 is, how would you cope with the stress demands of the degree? This is also a very, very common one that they will ask you at your interview. In this question, they are wanting to see you as a person. So please make it a personal answer. Please don't say you won't get stressed. You don't get stressed, like you'll be able to cope, you'll have no issues. If that is you, brilliant. That's not the kind of answer that they're looking for. So in these answers, I always find that they're looking to find out about you as a person. So find out what you do aside from midwifery, any hobbies, anything else that you like to do. This is the kind of question to mention them. So in this kind of question, you're going to want to be talking about, say, like exercise. Say, I love weightlifting, I love cycling, running, whatever. That is a big stress reliever to me. Talk about any kind of self-care you do. I love meditating. I'm really into crystals. I don't know, anything like that. Really home in on it. Or any hobbies. Say, I love to go to dance classes. I do golf. I do horse riding. I go swimming. Really, really make it personal. And just be honest. Think about when you get stressed, what do you do? I mean, I know most of us go and raid the fridge and put on a film. Or is that just me? But aside from that, think of the hobbies and things that really, really do bring you down when you're feeling stressed, and just speak honestly. Speak how you're speaking to a friend. Tell them what you do to de-stress yourself. Tell them your interests. Tell them your hobbies. Yeah. Number 4 is, what are the 6 C's and what do they mean to you? Now, the 6 C's is something I would revise before your interview. Not gonna lie, I forgot them, so I have them written down. The 6 C's are care, compassion, competence, communication, courage, and commitment. Those are your 6 C's. You can find them on the internet, print out a poster, revise, make sure you know your 6 C's. And I've kind of put together a little model answer in terms of what do the 6 C's mean to you. Now, I've just popped in all of the words from the 6 C's and made it in a roundabout sentence. So I put that it ensures all women are cared for with compassion to a high level by competent staff who show their commitment to the care that they give, by advocating for the women, having effective communication, and using courage to truly empower each and every woman. I think that's a bloody good answer. So that is a model answer that I put for that. Make sure that you're including all of your words. Try and write down a paragraph beforehand and kind of revise it so that it will come to your mind when you get asked that question. Something really, really important, not just about this question, but whenever you're talking in general about the women, please don't refer to them as patients. Generally, the women that we care for are fit, healthy women. They are not patients. They have nothing pathological going on. So please refer to them as women. Last but not least, you probably knew it was coming. Why do you want to be a midwife? Now, I haven't got an answer for this one because this is very, very personal to each and every one of you. But I have a couple of pointers. Number 1, speak from the heart. Number 2, it's okay if you don't know and you don't have an answer. That is okay. But do really, really try and dig deep. Number 3, bring on any personal experiences. If you have had children, if you've watched someone else give birth, you know, if you've worked in a setting surrounded by pregnant women, or you've just had exposure to the childbearing continuum, draw on it. that will have had some effect. So make sure that you draw on that. Next, please, 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 don't say you're doing it for the babies. I reiterate this in so many of my videos. If you're doing it for the babies, please look at paediatric nursing. Midwifery is definitely not all about the babies, it is about the women and the people that we care for. And also, please don't refer to One Born Every Minute or Call the Midwife. Whilst they are great shows and they are great for entertainment, they are not always the most realistic. One Born Every Minute is definitely dramatized. There are definitely things on there that as a student midwife I don't agree with, but you know, both shows are dramatized, so please don't draw on those. If those are your interests and you love them, that is amazing. They are great shows for entertainment, but when you're looking at an interview setting, I don't think they're appropriate to reference against. So that is it. Those are 5 interview questions and some answers, or how I would recommend you go about answering the questions. So I hope that you found this helpful. Do let me know if you want me to remake my personal statement video. I am more than happy to do that. I do also have a interview day chat with me, so you can know about what my interview day was like. So that is up on my YouTube channel as well. I will link that for you guys. If you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Also, leave me a comment below. Let me know any future videos that you want me to make. And if you're not already, you know what to do. Please do click on that subscribe button and click on the little notifications bell next to it. I'm doing triple uploads for the month of June. So we have got Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, all at 7 p.m. at UK time. You've got so much exciting content to come. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. And on a final note, if you haven't entered my giveaway already, please do. The link is in the description bar below. It is on my Midwifery Instagram. You can win yourself a £50 Paperchase voucher to top up on your stationery, diaries, planners, whatever you need. I'm a stationery addict, so I'm sharing that addiction with you all. So make sure that you go over there and enter that now if you haven't already. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.